Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for today's class. So this one is a special request from my friend Marcia. Marcia's working from home like I am these days, and if you are also working from home, you're going to notice a few things. Not quite sure where your outfits are coming from. The laundry is piled up, the dishes are piled up, and maybe you're starting to use headbands just to kind of keep your hair out of your face because it's getting so long and unruly. But what I think most of us are noticing is a lot of soreness and tightness. Neck, shoulders, perhaps upper back. So that is what we are going to be working on in this class. So if you don't already have it out, go ahead and grab your yoga mat. I would love for you to grab a block or two, or again, something that resembles a block, maybe a book. And if you don't have one, you can simply go ahead and grab a blanket, roll it up. You can also grab a pillow like I have here. So we're all going to be starting in a nice reclined Shavasana, just to kind of work on letting everything go. And we're gonna start in a supported fish pose. So if you have the block, you're actually going to be placing it in between your shoulder blades and allowing your head to fall back. If you'd like, you can use a pillow instead, placing it lengthwise on your mat, or you can take that blanket, rolling it up, and once again, just kind of placing it the long way on your mat, just so you're able to lie down and really feel that nice, gentle opening here of your chest. So my head's gonna fall back, and you're just gonna feel your shoulders and your chest just let go. Option, extending your legs out long, or if you're like me and you have tight hips, it always feels nice to bring soles of feet together, knees apart. Arms can come into cactus, arms can come into T. Just pull those shoulders back and down, and just start to relax here. So you're going to slowly start to take those nice long inhales and exhales through your nose. And just really feel yourself starting to melt into your mat. Allowing gravity to pull those shoulders down as your upper back is supported. And just try to let everything go here. So unclenching your jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. As you inhale, feeling that belly rise, filling up as much air as you can. And then with every exhale, drawing your belly button in towards your spine, feeling yourself melt into your mat, into the earth. This is a wonderful time for you to go ahead and set an intention for yourself, either for today's practice or for the rest of your day. So my intention for today is just not to judge myself. So reminding myself that I'm doing the best that I can, not to judge myself if the dishes are piling up a little more than I'm used to. So think about what you want that intention to be. Send your breath to it. And either allow it to guide you through your practice or through the rest of your day. We'll go ahead and take 3 more nice, big, beautiful breaths here in your Shavasana. third and final breath. Even though you might not want to, you might want to stay here, which is your option. But for those of you who are going to get moving with me, you can start to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. If your knees are bent, you can extend your legs out long so you can start to circle your wrists and circle your ankles. And most importantly, gently moving your head from side to side, allowing any tension you have in your neck just to release here. The best way for us to come up safely off of your block, off of your blanket, is to gently bring both knees into your chest. Raise one arm overhead and roll over onto that same side. Just gently removing that blanket, gently removing that block, and then coming to lie back down. Bringing your knees into your chest, hands on top of your knees. You can start to circle those knees in one direction. Go ahead, switch sides. Just kind of notice how those hips are feeling. We're going to be focusing more on shoulders and neck today, but it's always nice just to do a nice gentle hip stretch to start. And from here, we're going to go ahead and release our lower backs. So, knees into chest. You're slowly going to swing them over to one side. Try to keep your upper body square. So if your knees aren't quite reaching, you can grab that same blanket, grab a block, place it underneath your knees. And if you want more, you can place your hand on top of the top knee and start to pull it in more towards you. Gaze can fall in the opposite direction here. And just feel that nice, gentle spinal release. On your next breath, I want you to squeeze your core, bring those knees back to center, hug them in tight, and then send them over to the other side. Once again, gaze can fall in the opposite direction. You can pull onto that top knee if you need a little bit more. One more nice big full breath here. And then gently bringing those knees back in. This time you're going to raise whichever arm you'd like, right or left. Roll over onto that same side. And we're going to pause here for a moment. So your opposite hand is free. What I want you to do is reach those fingertips straight out in front of you and slowly open that shoulder back and around. So think of hands like a clock. So you're going to start to come up, over your head, reaching behind you, and come back forward. So up, open that palm up to the sky, over and back. We'll do a few more. So fingertips up, open that palm, reach around, and last one here on this side. Beautiful. So now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So coming back onto your back, bringing knees into chest safely, opposite arm up over your head, roll over onto that side. You're going to lift that arm over your head, open up palm to sky, reach back behind you, and sweep forward. Arm up overhead, palm facing up, and sweep. So continuing this with your own breath, noticing if one shoulder is a little bit tighter than the other, that's okay. I might just need a little bit extra attention today. Taking your time. Don't forget to flip that palm at the top. So go up overhead, fingertips pointing out, flipping that palm so it's facing up. And then sweep, we'll do that one more time. Up, over, and back. Beautiful, rolling back onto your back. This time you're gonna go ahead, cross your ankles, grab onto your big toes, and roll yourself up until you come and meet me in a seated position. So from here, we're gonna do a really nice gentle neck stretch. So you're gonna take your right arm, you're going to hook it behind you, and you're gonna try to grab on to your left bicep. So right arm behind, grabbing onto your left bicep behind you. And I'm just gonna release my left arm here. From here, I'm going to bring my left ear to my left shoulder. And I'm already starting to feel a stretch in my neck. Pause here for a few breaths. And then I want you to play around with your gaze a little bit. So you can slowly start to look down, maybe towards those left fingertips. And then maybe gently bringing that gaze slightly up. Remembering pain is not okay. So discomfort's okay, pain isn't. So ease up if you're feeling too much tension here. And then gently releasing that left ear back to center, releasing your hands, maybe giving it a gentle shake. From here, bringing your chin towards your chest. Taking a nice big breath here as you release your neck. Slowly starting to bring that gaze all the way up. Beautiful, coming back to center. So now we're gonna do the opposite. So taking your left hand, you are going to hook onto your right bicep or whatever part of your right arm you can reach. My right hand's just gonna rest here. And then my right ear is going to go towards my right shoulder. So I'm gonna pause at center first. And then if I want a little bit more or to change the sensation, I'm gonna look down towards my right knee, my right fingertips, and this is where I'm starting to feel the tension. So I'm gonna keep that in mind as I'm moving on with my day, that this is where my neck is feeling exceptionally tight. Perhaps you'd like to now start to look up. So remember that ear is still towards that shoulder. And when you're ready, gently coming back to center, gently releasing, circling those shoulders. This time go ahead and look to the left. Come back to center, go ahead and look to the right. And from here, we're just gonna do a gentle half neck circle in order to keep us safe. So we're not gonna go all the way, just half. So from here, just circling down and over to the left, down and over to the right. So just doing this with your own breath here. Once again, noticing how that neck is feeling. And then gently coming back to center. From here, if you're wearing slippers like I am, because your socks are mismatched, just gonna toss them over to the side. We're gonna come into our tabletop so we can go through our cat-cow. Great release for your entire spine. Shoulders directly above wrists, hips are over your knees. As you inhale, tilting that pelvis up and back as your gaze comes up, squeeze your shoulder blades together. And as you exhale, pushing into your mat, rounding your upper back, and then continuing with your own breath here. Adding in any other movements that feel right, whether it's some gentle hip circles, or if you just want to stay here with me. Beautiful. Going through one more round here. And then we're going to come into a gentle shoulder stretch. So we're going to come into our puppy pose or our melting heart pose. Start to walk your fingertips out as much as you can, gently dropping your chest down. So your bum remains lifted, hips are lifted, and you're reaching with your fingertips. From here, you can go ahead and sweep your right arm under your left and allow your right temple to rest on your mat. So really reaching with both sets of fingertips here. You're reaching forward and you're reaching out to the side. On your next breath, coming back to center, pausing here, really reaching with those fingertips as you let that chest melt, and then sweeping your left arm under your right. One more nice big full breath. And then once again, coming back to center, releasing that chest, really reaching with those fingers, and then slowly start to bring those fingertips up in towards your body. And you can gently roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. So from here, we are going to go into our downward facing dog. You're going to go ahead and get there whatever way you would like. For me, I prefer to come into my tabletop, send my knees back a few inches, and then lift up my hips, but you are going to decide what works best for you. So you're going to go ahead and hold in your down dog. I really want you to pretend you're trying to break that mat apart in the center. Beautiful. On your next breath, look towards your hands. You're going to start to walk your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, coming up halfway. Exhale as you fold, releasing your neck. Nod your head yes. Shake your head no. And inhale, sweeping all the way up to the sky. And then exhale, finally bringing your hands to your heart. So we're going to do just a really nice gentle forward fold, and we're going to incorporate hands clasped over our heads so we get a really nice shoulder stretch here. So standing on your mat, go ahead and clasp your hands together. As you inhale, you're slowly going to start hinging at your waist. And as you exhale, you're going to release only as far as your body wants you to go. If you'd like, you can bend your knees. It'll allow you to go even further. But I really want you to have a nice, relaxed neck here. So once again, you can incorporate those gentle movements. Making sure we're not straining your neck. We're not straining shoulders here. Beautiful. On your next breath, you can gently release your hands. Step back into a nice high plank. You can lower down onto your knees if you wish, and you're going to come all the way down onto your belly. From here, your right arm is going to come straight out to the side, left fingertips at your chest. You're going to roll over onto that right shoulder.
So just a really nice shoulder opening stretch here. That top leg can either remain on top of the bottom, or you can bend that top knee, plant the sole of your foot down, your choice. Holding here for a couple of breaths. If you need to feel more, you start to walk your fingertips up higher. On your next breath, you can slowly release back to center. Go ahead and switch sides. Left arm straight out to the side, right fingertips at your chest. Roll over onto that left shoulder. Nice job. Remembering you can start to walk those fingertips up if you need more of a stretch. And simply notice here if one shoulder is feeling tighter than the other. That one just needs a little bit more time here. One more nice big full breath. And then gently coming back to center. This time I'm going to place my forearms down in front of me. So I'm going to come into my Sphinx pose. So for this, it's just a really nice gentle back bend. And it's wonderful just for stretching that lower back. If you have a block or a pillow or a blanket handy, you can grab it, bring it in front of you, and just allow your forehead to rest on it. Just taking a couple more breaths here in your Sphinx. And then slowly removing that block or blanket. You can allow your forehead to rest on your forearms. Go ahead and bend both knees and just give those legs a nice windshield wiper from side to side. So we're going to be coming into our final Shavasana here. So when you're ready, you can slowly start to make your way onto your back. And this is where you're going to decide what position is most comfortable for you. If you would like to end the class the same way we started, go ahead, grab that block, grab that blanket. Again, making sure we're rolling it up nice and tight. And it's going lengthwise along your spine so your head can pull back. Arms in cactus is a great shoulder opener, just like we did at the beginning of class. So you're going to decide what works best for you here. I'm actually going to prop myself up with a block and a pillow. And then I'm going to take my other blanket and I'm going to place it underneath my knees for extra support. So that's going to help release my lower back. So if you do have a sore lower back, placing a block or two or a blanket under your knees or leaving them bent is going to help alleviate that. So grab whatever it is you need. Grab your socks if you'd like to wear them, a blanket to wrap yourself up in. And slowly make your way into that final resting pose. Pull those shoulders back and down, just creating a nice little shelf for your heart here. Unclenching your jaw, releasing your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Parting your lips as you relax your forehead. And just let everything go. If you'd like, you are more than welcome to extend your Shavasana. But if you are ready to start moving again, you can slowly start to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Circle your wrists and circle your ankles. Perhaps rubbing the pad of your thumb over top of your other fingers. And gently moving your neck from side to side, releasing any final tension you have, just letting it all go. Gently raising whichever arm you'd like over your head as you roll over onto that same side. Resting here for a moment or two, signaling to your body that you're about to rise. And when you're ready, you can gently push yourself up with your other hand, coming to meet me in a seated position, eyes open or closed, with your hands at heart center. I'd like to sincerely thank each and every one of you for allowing me to guide you through your practice today. As always, it's an honor and it's my pleasure to get to spend this time and to share my practice with you. From the bottom of my heart and from my energy to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, everyone. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Take care.